Thanks, Laura. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, my name is Maureen Frazier, and I've never done this, so please bear with me. I am blessed by God to stand here today and tell you that I am a cancer survivor. I'm proud to live in a country that supports and applauds fundraising for causes such as the American Cancer Society. If you were wondering about how all this relay stuff was started, 31 years ago in Tacoma, Washington, Dr. Gordy Klatt decided to enhance the income of his local American Society office. He did something that he loved to do. He ran a marathon for 24 hours around a track totaling 83 miles. Throughout the night, friends paid $25 to run or walk 30 minutes with him. He raised $27,000 to fight cancer. That year, nearly 300 of Dr. Klatt's friends, families, and patients watched as he ran and walked the course. A true vision of hope, right?
Yep.
Today, I'm honored to be this year's Survivor Speaker, and I share my story at the Garden City Dearborn Heights Relay for Life. Thanks for having me.
Woo! Woo!
My husband, Roger, and I had been married 2 short weeks. Then on Saturday, October 2nd, 2010, a pain in my side would not go away. It became unbearable, and my husband took me to the ER at Huron Valley Hospital. I figured the worst it could be was a gallbladder attack. After half a dozen tests, an x-ray found 2 masses on my liver. I was admitted for further testing. I was getting scared, like what could this be? I was 43 years old, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke. It couldn't be bad, right? A plethora of tests from a liver biopsy, colonoscopy, endoscopy that failed and turned into aspirated pneumonia. Lots of scans led us to Wednesday, October 6th. I was diagnosed with diffuse large B-cell lymphoma non-Hodgkin's. The doctor told us that cancer doesn't normally start in the liver. It usually ends there. I was released from the hospital that Thursday, October 7th, with the next several days jam-packed, with a bone marrow biopsy, CT PET scan, an imaging of my heart, and surgery to insert a Mediport that would be administering chemo that I'd be getting that next week. It was good to be home, but different from just 6 days ago. My daughters, Megan and Molly, were little, 4th grade and 6th grade. They looked sad and scared, which made me very angry at all this cancer stuff. I was signed up to be a chaperone for the Detroit Zoo next week to take the 6th grade class. I didn't have time for cancer. The what-ifs were filling my head. Cancer doesn't run in our family. How did I get this? Needless to say, we were a bit concerned with how the CT PET scan would go on Monday. We were prepared to hear that more was found, being that the x-ray in the hospital had only shown on the liver. Church that Sunday led us up to the front after service for prayer. We enjoyed guest speaker Harvey Carey that day, and he prayed God's will and healing over me. I believe God did a work inside me that day. The CT PET scans results were in and clear of any other cancer, other than the 2 masses on my liver. The doctors were surprised, and the diagnosis was changed to primary hepatic lymphoma non-Hodgkin's. According to my doctor, I was one of 133 cases, very rare and aggressive. Thank goodness I did listen to my doctor and I stayed off the internet, because the prognosis that I would have read was dismal. I had decided to put my trust in God, and that was the end of it. Proverbs 3:5 became my mantra. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. A few days later, after much prayer, I knew that I needed to get a grip and take care of myself so that I could get healthy. I did everything that God, my doctors, and the nurses told me to do. My treatment would be 6 rounds of intense chemotherapy every 21 days. One of the medications that I was taking was called the Cadillac of nausea pills, and thank goodness it worked. Apparently, these new drugs are aid in the chemo treatments. I experienced extreme bone bone aches through every bone in my body with one of the drugs, Neulasta. That drug told my bone marrow to elevate the white blood cell count in my body to keep my immune system up during chemotherapy. My fingertips went numb and I had terrible mouth sores, and chemo brain was trying to take up residency in my head. All of my hair fell out, and the high dosage of prednisone was making me very restless. February 2011 was the last chemo treatment, and currently there is no evidence of disease. I am a humbled and grateful woman who looks at life a whole lot differently. My husband, Roger, is my rock, who I can always count on. My dad's unwavering devotion, my mom's hugs and chicken noodle soup, the love and support of my brothers and sister-in-laws, my family and friends are my heroes. Our caregivers are a crucial part of our healing. They cared for me, prayed for me, sent endless cards, beautiful flowers, and meaningful gifts that brightened up my days. They drove me to treatment and sat there for 6 hours till every drop of chemo was done. Cleaned my house, weekly family dinner meals were delivered right to my door, and hugged me when I was scared and told me it was going to be okay. I can never thank them enough for helping me through the scariest time of my life. In March 2012, we lost my dad unexpectedly in less than 3 weeks to a cancerous brain tumor. We were stricken and painfully in grief. I miss him all the time. Almost 1 year later, I found myself at an after-school club my daughter had put together called Creative Expressions at the middle school she attended. We made luminaries for the local Relay for Life. As I made a luminary for my dad and Aunt Margaret, I realized that cancer doesn't have to run in the family. Cancer had taken the lives of 2 family members. We have 6 survivors within our family and friends, and currently a fighter who just finished radiation this past Monday and underwent surgery. I relay for my dad who lost the battle, and my Aunt Margaret. There's survivors, my Aunt Joyce, Uncle Mike, Tammy, Bill, Teresa, Kelly, and many, many more. My good friend Roz, who is nearly finished kicking cancer's butt.
Woo!
I relay for the kids that shouldn't have to grow up without their mom or dad. For the husband who is scared to lose his wife. For the moms and dads and brothers and sisters who have to say goodbye way, way too early. We are making a difference in this battle against cancer. So this next 24 hours, enjoy the opportunity to celebrate, remember, and fight back. So whether you're a newly diagnosed patient, a caregiver, or a longtime survivor, let's push ahead and make the word cancer extinct and get to celebrating a whole lot more birthdays. Thank you very much.